For years, the industry sold us a lie. They said American manufacturing was dead, and that true out of the box, precision only came off a foreign cargo ship. They were dead wrong. The American industrial machine is wide awake and proving that domestic steel stands toe-to-toe with the best imports on Earth. In fact, it is crushing them. Armed with aerospace-grade machining and premium billet components, these sub-$800 Predators are taking back the market. Today, we expose the top 7 affordable made-in-America hunting rifles that prove the throne still belongs to the USA.
Not even
colorways on that.
We're gonna do it.
Okay. Woo.
Number 7. The Henry Side Gate Lever Action. To understand this rifle, you have to look at the dense, suffocating timber of the American Midwest and East Coast. As hunting legislation shifted to allow straight wall cartridges for white-tailed deer, the traditional lever action was resurrected from history. This is not some plastic toy. It is forged from solid blued steel and wrapped in genuine American walnut. It is the sovereign of the woods. Mechanically, Henry finally integrated a side-loading gate alongside their traditional removable tubular magazine. This allows a hunter to intuitively top off the weapon through the side of the receiver while keeping their eyes locked on the target from a tree stand. The transfer bar safety system also means you get drop-safe reliability without an ugly crossbolt safety ruining the classic lines of the receiver. It is a heavy, cold-blooded machine that operates with the relentless reliability of a vintage tank, crushing everything in its path. But here is the deal breaker. If you are hunting the wide-open western mountains where shots routinely stretch past 150 yards, this platform is completely obsolete. The aerodynamics of traditional lever-action cartridges drop like a rock at distance, making this a strictly close-quarters brawler. $919. Number 6. The Christensen Arms Mesa. For decades, the concept of a custom mountain rifle was a luxury reserved exclusively for the wealthy elite, while the working-class hunter was forced to accept heavy mass-produced compromises. The Mesa shatters that barrier by dragging aerospace-grade custom precision down to the factory production line. Built explicitly on the legendary footprint of the Remington Model 700, this weapon opens the door to infinite aftermarket adaptability. Mechanically, its true superiority lies in the marriage between the stock and the ignition system. The barreled action sits inside a highly rigid carbon fiber composite stock anchored by internal stainless steel pillar bedding. This absolutely eliminates the lateral flex found in cheap polymer, allowing you to heavily load the rifle on a bipod without shifting your point of impact. Combined with a TriggerTech primary trigger utilizing frictionless release technology, it delivers a break that feels like snapping a glass rod in sub-zero temperatures. It is a surgical scalpel masquerading as a rugged backcountry brawler, shrugging off the elements with its full Cerakote armor. But here is the deal breaker. With a price tag crossing the $1,000 threshold, it pushes the absolute limit of what anyone could realistically call an affordable or budget rifle, making it a bitter pill to swallow for the blue-collar shooter. $1,100. Number 5. The Mossberg Patriot. During an era of economic hardship when working-class hunters were forced to accept ugly, stripped-down platforms, Mossberg stepped in and resurrected the elegant lines of the iconic Winchester Model 70. This weapon brings hope back to the budget-conscious shooter without sacrificing visual dignity. Mechanically, it punches way above its weight class by utilizing a spiral fluted bolt body. This aggressive fluting reduces bearing friction and gives dirt and debris a place to escape without binding the action in harsh field environments. Pair that with Mossberg's user-adjustable lightning bolt action trigger, and you have a massive tactical advantage over the heavy, unrefined triggers found on imported rifles in the exact same price bracket. It is a gritty Western cowboy that looks like a relic but strikes with sudden tactical precision. But here is the deal breaker. To keep the price this low, the factory-base model utilizes a cheap synthetic stock that suffers from noticeable flex. If you load it heavily onto a bipod, you run the risk of the plastic bending and making contact with the barrel, completely destroying your harmonic consistency and throwing off your shot. $400. Number 4. The Remington Model 700 SPS. This is the bloody resurrection of an American icon, rising from the ashes of bankruptcy and crippling lawsuits. Rem Arms did not just rebuild a factory, they forged a steel phoenix determined to shed the ghosts of its past and reclaim the throne. Mechanically, they doubled down on their legendary 3 rings of steel architecture, completely enclosing the cartridge case, head to handle massive chamber pressures. But the true game changer is the barrel and the trigger. This rifle features 5R rifling, utilizing 5 slanted lands that drastically reduce bullet jacket deformation and copper fouling for superior aerodynamic stability. And to permanently execute the demons of their old trigger systems, they completely outsourced the ignition to Timney. Dropping a hand-calibrated billet steel, Timney Impact 700 trigger into every factory receiver is a masterstroke of engineering warfare. It is an unstoppable juggernaut reborn in the fires of corporate collapse, returning to the battlefield to remind the world who invented modern bolt-action dominance. But here is the deal breaker. The sheer reputational damage from the old era bankruptcies and massive safety recalls is a stain that is hard to wash off. Many veteran shooters still squint with deep suspicion, refusing to trust a brand that previously betrayed them, even with the massive new upgrades. $825. Number 3. The Savage 110 Core Hunter. Forged in the gritty industrial heart of Massachusetts, this platform stripped away all unnecessary flash to deliver ruthless battlefield precision. It is the longest continuously manufactured bolt action in North America, surviving by prioritizing absolute accuracy over pretty aesthetics. The mechanical brilliance lies in its proprietary floating bolt head mechanism. Traditional fixed lug rifles require highly expensive gunsmithing to ensure perfect alignment. The Savage floating bolt head dynamically self-adjusts upon lockup, guaranteeing perfectly symmetrical bearing contact on every single shot. Combine that with their proprietary stock system that allows you to perfectly tailor the comb height and length of pull, and you have a mass-produced weapon performing like a custom blueprinted chassis. It is not beautiful, and it does not try to be. It is a cold-blooded ballistic calculator disguised as a hunting rifle. But here is the deal breaker. The sheer bulk and blocky geometry of the action and stock make the weapon feel incredibly unrefined. It completely lacks the streamlined elegance of its competitors, making it feel awkward and heavily unbalanced when you are forced to maneuver rapidly through dense timber. $749. Number 2. The Glenfield Model A. This is what happens when a corporate giant decides to completely conquer the budget sector. Following the bankruptcy of Marlin Ruger summoned the ghost of the Glenfield brand from the grave to unleash an absolute slaughter on the sub-$500 market. It is a silent mercenary designed to tear apart every arrogant assumption you have ever had about cheap weapons. Mechanically, it steals the legendary 3-lug push feed action and lightning-fast 70-degree bolt throw from its premium Ruger siblings. But the true miracle is the barrel. While foreign competitors give you basic button rifling at this price point, The Glenfield utilizes a 20-inch cold hammer forged barrel with a threaded muzzle straight from the factory. It provides brutal, out-of-the-box accuracy that completely embarrasses imported rifles costing twice as much. It is a blue-collar weapon that does not care about looking pretty. It only cares about putting meat on the table. But here is the deal breaker. The stock geometry is noticeably flawed. The comb height is simply too low, forcing hunters to aggressively hunt down extra low-scope rings just to maintain a proper sight picture and cheek weld, which can be a massive headache when setting up your optic. $499. Number 1. The Ruger American Rifle Generation 2. For over a decade, the original Ruger American platform served as the absolute baseline for domestic affordability. But the Generation 2 did not just update a classic, it completely rewrote the DNA of the United States sporting arms industry and hammered the final nail into the coffin of European budget supremacy. Manufactured in the heart of New Hampshire and North Carolina, this weapon represents the absolute zenith of modern American industrial might. The mechanical architecture is a masterclass in mass production efficiency. It utilizes a massive 3-lug bolt geometry that requires only a short 70-degree lift. This short throw gives you incredible clearance for modern precision optics and allows for lightning-fast cycling when you need rapid follow-up shots in high-stress environments. But the true genius lies in the barrel and stock interface. Ruger engineers deployed a medium contour cold hammer, forged barrel featuring deep spiral fluting. This fluting strips away unnecessary weight at the muzzle end, while massively increasing the exterior surface area to dissipate heat during rapid strings of fire. The barrel is capped with a factory-installed radial brake on standard 5/8 by 24 threads to guarantee that external environmental pressures never compromise your shot. The action is locked down by a patented V-block bedding system utilizing dual steel blocks molded directly into the modular synthetic stock. And unlike the naked, vulnerable steel of the imported competition, the entire barreled action is heavily armored in a professional Cerakote finish, granting absolute immunity to rain, snow, and the corrosive salt of the coastal marshes. It feeds relentlessly from a detachable AI-style box magazine and features a 3-position tang safety that allows you to cycle the action while keeping the trigger completely locked. This is not merely a hunting rifle. It is the ultimate apex predator of the modern firearms market. It was bred on the assembly line specifically to dethrone foreign kings and completely crush the boundaries of what an affordable weapon is capable of achieving. It stands alone at the summit, completely unrivaled and unapologetically American. $729. The steel mills and factories across this nation are doing much more than just assembling rifles. They are forging American resilience. By mastering advanced aerospace machining and ruthlessly optimizing domestic supply chains, these manufacturers have stripped the power away from overseas competitors and placed it firmly back into the hands of the working-class American hunter. The era of compromising on your gear just to save $1 is officially over. Unyielding precision, tactical durability, and mechanical innovation are now rolling exclusively off the domestic assembly line. If you respect the brutal truth of ballistic science and want to keep dissecting the machines that dominate the backcountry, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. We are not here to sugarcoat the industry. We are here to expose the apex predators of the firearms world. Stay sharp and keep your powder dry.